It's actually it's a doctor doing an investigation, and she's looking for the name of an unknown girl. And she discovers the guilty person in the end. But what was important for us to bring forward is that Dr. Jenny does not become an investigator like the police. She actually does the investigation using her personal means as using medicine, and she uses her skills to listen to the bodies and let the bodies to expressing themselves, and that's how she investigates.
Okay, we can turn it over to you guys now if there's any questions in the audience. So this is I'm going to go ahead with another one. This is the 10th film that you've made together. And I'm wondering if you can share a little bit about your process working two directors on a film, and if and how you divide the work.
No, that's always the same thing. Bon, in 2 words. First, we speak a lot together about not the idea, about a character. First, there is a character with a situation. And when we have the structure, maybe after 6 months, maybe more, Luc goes to write. I stay home, and we go together. And after the first version, he sent me the first version, and we worked again together, like this for 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And when we are happy with the version, we send the version to our producer, Belgian and French, and then at the same time we begin to try to find the future locations of the film, and we begin also the casting, because we make the cast and the research of the locations together with an assistant. But for us, that's really important to make it, because for us it's the first step of the directing of the film. And then after that, if we have money, if the producer collects the money, we begin to the rehearsals of the film for it's 4 or 5 weeks, and then with the team after that we begin the shooting. But we rehearse in the locations of the film with the props, and at the same time we work with the costume designer. Yes, and together. It's like this. I don't know why it's like this.
Okay, yes, just down the aisle in the white.
40 years ago.
In the white, yeah.
You mentioned the guilty party that you have. It seems to me that it's not right that there are lots of guilty parties in this film, because all of these people have influenced and touched this girl's life, and they all have a sense of guilt and a sense of culpability.
You mentioned that there was a guilty party, and the question is whether or not you feel like there are many guilty parties, since there seem to be many people that could play a part in what happened.
Oui, c'est vrai. Mais si vous voulez, ce que le médecin, ce que Jenny fait, c'est essayer que sa culpabilité à elle, le fait qu'elle n'a pas répondu à l'appel de la fille inconnue, c'est essayer de communiquer ça aux autres, que les autres personnes qu'elle voit et qui ont connu cette fille d'une manière ou d'une autre reconnaissent qu'ils l'ont connue et dépassent leur propre intérêt. Le fait qu'ils ne veulent pas parler tient à des intérêts qu'ils défendent. Parfois des choses un peu petites, mais enfin c'est important pour eux. Et donc, le problème n'est pas de dire qu'ils sont tous coupables, mais c'est qu'il est difficile de reconnaître sa responsabilité pour la mort d'un autre par rapport à l'importance des intérêts qu'on a à défendre. C'est ça que Jenny arrive à faire, c'est à ce que les gens qu'elle rencontre finalement font passer leur intérêt après, sauf une ou deux personnes. Voilà. Et c'est ça que ce médecin arrive à faire. Parce que lui-même, il n'est pas un justicier, il n'est pas quelqu'un qui a la vérité et qui impose aux autres de dire la vérité. Non, il est comme eux. Simplement, elle se sent vraiment coupable, responsable.
It's actually true, but if you want what Dr. Jenny does, she uses her own guilt and she communicates her own guilt to have others also express themselves so that they can get beyond and over their fear and the interest that they defend somewhere. And it's a little different than saying that they are all guilty, because it's also very difficult for the different character to accept their responsibility in the death of someone versus their own interest that they defend. But most of these people put their interest forward, except a few of them. But as for the doctor, it's a little different. It's a bit the same, because she's not only guilty, but she's also like them, having this guilt and having to get over her own interests.
Parce que on peut dire que le docteur Jenny, il est un peu fou, elle est un peu folle de penser qu'elle est coupable, parce que bon, elle n'a pas ouvert la porte en dehors des heures, finalement. Oui, mais simplement, cette femme est morte. Et si elle avait ouvert la porte, peut-être que non. Donc si vous voulez, elle commence à vivre avec deux personnes. Elle a elle et la fille inconnue dans la tête, cette fille qu'elle a laissée mourir. Et donc, cette chose-là, très particulière qu'elle vit, c'est vrai que pour les autres personnes, comme nous, spectateurs qui voyons le film, on se dit, mais enfin, bon, finalement, elle est folle de vouloir vraiment penser qu'elle est coupable. Elle est simplement, bon voilà, elle n'a pas ouvert la porte, c'est pas plus important que ça. Et c'est parce qu'elle pense vraiment ça, qu'elle est obsédée, qu'elle est possédée par la fille inconnue, qu'elle arrive finalement à ce que les autres personnes changent. Voilà.
Well, if you want to think like this, Dr. Jenny can be considered a little bit crazy, because she's convinced she's guilty because she did not open that door that night, and because of that she's dead. So she starts living a life where there's actually two people in her. There's her acting as a doctor, and there's also this unknown girl. She, for her, let her die. But for the particular, and like for the others, we can think that she's crazy, but she's only becoming extremely obsessed by the fact that she's not opened the door, that she lets that girl die, and it's because of that obsession of the unknown girl that she brings the others to also come forward.
Okay, we have time for a couple more questions. Just okay, you can ask it. Yeah, no, fair enough. Yeah. Okay, so I think I'll just repeat that for some of you that might not have got all of it. The question...
The question is?
Yeah, okay.
Is?
The question is in regards to her coat, and whether or not that served as a symbol of the barriers being lifted between her and her patients, because at the beginning she makes reference with the intern that there should be, you know, an emotional barrier between the patient and the doctor.
because in Belgium it's raining often. Yes, that's true. That's the first reason. When we choose the dresses of Jenny, we decided we shoot it in the winter, and in the winter in Belgium it's raining, it's cold, like here. Not outside, inside here, and we decided it's better for her to have a coat and a comfortable coat, and we chose this one. Yes, that's the only, because the other solution was a short coat with an umbrella. But it was more difficult for us to shoot somebody with an umbrella, and you know. When she goes out of the car, it's better to go out with the coat. But for the timing of the shooting, I'm not sure. I'm clear. Yes.
You are a realist. She needed a coat.
But except that, maintenant in French, because c'est vrai qu'au début il y a pendant le film, cette fille, elle change aussi. Le fait qu'elle soit possédée par cette fille inconnue, en fait quelqu'un qui est moins rigide. Au début, elle est très rigide. Même si on peut dire que c'est des argumentations un peu fausses quand elle discute avec son assistant. C'est pour avoir raison contre lui qu'elle dit il faut maîtriser ses émotions. Parce qu'elle-même va se laisser prendre par cette fille. Elle se sent responsable de la mort de cette fille. Et cette possession va la transformer et va en faire le médecin qu'on va voir à la fin du film, qui embrasse cette femme, qui enlace cette femme, et qui a changé de vie et qui a décidé de rester dans cet endroit où elle pensait, au départ, passer seulement 2-3 mois et puis s'en aller.
Yes, at the beginning, she's a very different kind of doctor. She actually does change during the movie, and the more she's getting obsessed, the less rigid she's becoming. Because at first, she's obviously very rigid. She wants to be right. She wants to have the hand up with her intern, and then she starts feeling responsible for the death of the lady. And she becomes obsessed and possessed by this guilt and this responsibility, and that starts triggering the change. And then she becomes the doctor she's becoming at the end of the movie. That means she's accepting to change her life. She decides a shift in her career. When she first had decided to stay only for 3 months in that place, she becomes that doctor who hugs the woman and who has deeply changed.
Okay, we have time for a couple more. I'm going to go to the back on the aisle and then up here.